Alright, headed back out to the garage. You'll you can see there now. That says about 200, and then my digital ink bird up here says 205. Two probes I got in the meter, like 140 and 150, something like that. Anyway, there's 5 big bone-in pork shoulders because it's graduation season. And I got my 3 boxes stacked up with my 10 by 20 tents, my cornhole boards. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is we're going to take this conglomeration of what looks like maybe brake line and old rubber line and convert it to just rubber with an inline filter. I was at my local NAPA earlier. I should have filmed this because this was there's several local flight schools that use airports around and they buzz around, and I think that was one of them out there anyway, because it's a bit of a trick, because this is like a push on, you don't need a clamp kind of deal, but I am going to put a clamp on there just because. We'll get this back on the tractor, figure out from where this screws into the sediment bowl, and then we'll figure out where we want to cut that line, put this inline filter in, and then we'll be able to reuse this fitting that was on this mess there back in the carburetor. And then yeah, I got some good NAPA hose clamps to go with it. Anywho, and then one last thing to do, I got the other front wheel cleaned up. A little quick touch up on the cast center, but that's been sitting out here in the sun drying. I got a couple coats of paint on it, so later we will try to get the tire back on it and see if the old tube will, we can get the old tube back in it and not pinch it, and see if it'll hold air. And if it will, Brother Brad's H just might be done enough to get it out of my driveway. Anyway, I'll be back. Alright, so I got the hose on, I got it run in through here and the carburetor. I'm thinking like somewhere right in here is where we're going to put that filter, I think. Right up in there. It's got to be somewhere where I can get the hose clamps, but yet at the same time I still got to have room to get it down, you know, everything hooked up. So I'm thinking there. Or I could put it up in here, but I'm worried about if I put it up in here, then we're going to get into the choke rod. Unless I pull it out of there and we go. I don't like that either. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna get the filter and we'll play with it. See where we think the filter fits the best. So you can obviously see, I think maybe there's a whole bunch of stuff here in the sediment bowl. That tank's definitely got some stuff in it from sitting. Real flaky fine rust. So anyway, we'll be back. Alright, so here's where we ended up. Little short piece coming out there. We get clearance under there. Nice place that. Easy to get to for the hose clamps for the filter if we ever have to change it again. It's nice fit down to here. Last thing to do is I got to take this hose off here, tighten this fitting down, put one of those on there. It took, as you can see, a couple trimming attempts, and the reinforced hose had some, and there's another third little trimming off there to get it to lay in there as nice as it is, but I'm pretty happy with it. There's a part of me, the OCD part of me, that's got this clamps on top and this clamps on top, and this one's on bottom. There's a part of me that wants to take this clamp off and turn it over. Yeah, we'll see what I feel like when I get to that. But anyhow, yeah, so we gotta take Now everything's tight. It doesn't want to come out. I'll have to get that that hose off of that fitting, get that fitting tight, get the clamp on it. Anyway, I'll be back. All right, final clamps on. I had so much trouble messing with trying to get that hose off of that fitting. I just tightened that fitting down. Took that one off that I had on the other way. Pulled the whole line out from behind in here. Put the clamp on. Put the line back up in. Anyway, I think I'm gonna let that other wheel roast for 24 hours. Let that paint cure. We'll put that tire on tomorrow. Try to anyway. Find the tube that goes on it, goes with it. But yeah, once that tire's on, man, I don't know what else to do to it. Except sell it and buy good molding, but you know, it's not my tractor to make that decision. Anyway, Brother Brad's H, there it is.